Hello students, welcome to the physics class. Today we are going to start the chapter number 10 of your book, that is force and friction. In this chapter we will cover the topics meaning of force, that what force is, what are the effects of force, means we cannot see the force but how force affects us, the various effects of force we will study. We will study the different types of forces. In the types of forces, the first category is non-contact forces and second category is contact forces. In non-contact forces, we will study about electromagnetic forces. Also, we will study about what are the magnetic forces, and we will also talk about gravitational forces. In the next part, that are the contact forces, we will study about applied forces and frictional forces. In the frictional forces, we will study this frictional force in detail. That what friction forces are, what are the causes of it, what are the factors affecting the frictional force, what are the types of frictional force, what are the advantages of frictional force, and what are the disadvantages of the frictional force. So today we will discuss the topics meaning of force and the effects of force, that what are the various effects of force. So let's start the class. Now let's discuss that what force is. Okay, tell me one thing, when we want to open the door, what we do? We push the door like this. And when I want to close the door, what we have to do? I have to pull the door like this. It means what I am doing? I am moving the still object, means the still door I am moving by applying push and by pull. What I am doing? I am opening the door by pushing it. I am closing the door by pulling it. This pushing and pulling is nothing but it is force. So what pushing and pulling help us? Pushing and pulling, it helps us to move a body. It helps us to move a body object from one place to another. So what force is? It is a push or pull on a body in a particular direction is known as force. Now we talk about the direction. When I am opening the door, means I am pushing it. So direction of it is away from me. When I am opening the door, I am pushing the door. It means the direction is away from me. When I want to close the door, what I am doing? I am pulling it. So direction it is towards me. So the direction of pushing and the direction of pulling is nothing. It is known as direction of force. You apply force in your daily life in a many way. By pushing, you can apply the force by pushing the things, by pulling the things. When we do pushing and pulling, the force is applied. Also, when we lift something, then also force is applied. When I just twist something, then also I do stretching, then also the force is applied. Pushing means to keep the things away from you, means opening the door, I am pushing the door. While closing the door, I am pulling it. Lifting means I am lifting a box from a ground like this. So what I am doing? I am moving that object by applying force. So while I am just twisting it, so what I am doing? I am applying force. I am stretching a rubber band. While stretching a rubber band, it is also nothing. It is also force. There are so many ways, there are so many conditions where we are using force. So what force is? Basically, force is a push or a pull on a body in a particular direction, that is known as force. We apply the force to move the bodies from its rest position. When the bodies are in rest position, when we kick the ball, when we kick the football. For example, football is at rest. While applying kick, you just kick it. What will happen? Means you are pushing it. When you push it, it starts moving. Okay? So, what force is? It is the pushing or pulling on a body in a particular direction. It is nothing but it is force. So now we will study about the different effects of. We cannot see the force. That how force is judged. Force is judged by the different activities or by the various effects of force that are being applied on our objects surrounded by us. So these are the main effects of force. This is a very important concept. The very first is, we will discuss it one by one. So the first effect of force is, force can move a stationary body. Stationary body means when a body is at rest. When any object is at rest, you can make it move. For example, a ball is lying on a ground. It is stationary, it is at rest. You came and you kick it. What will happen? The ball starts rolling. It means what you have applied, you kick it, you push it, and the body is in rest, that starts moving. It means what force has done? Force has moved a stationary body. Okay, so there are so many examples, like any example, when you lift a box lying on a ground. Box is lying on a ground, it is at rest position. When you lift it, it means you have changed, you have moved that object. Another examples you can think of football. When you play football initially football is at rest, and when you kick it, means you apply force it. What it will make? It can move a stationary body. While bicycle, you ride a bicycle. Firstly, bicycle is at rest. What it will do? When you apply force, when you start paddling, then what will happen? The bicycle starts moving. It means what force has done? Force has moved a stationary body. Okay, so second effect of force is, a force can stop a moving body. If it can move, it can also stop the moving body. I was talking about when you ride a bicycle. You are pedaling, you just pedal. Then what happened? When you apply brakes. What happened? When you apply brakes, initially the bicycle slows down and then it comes to rest. Similarly, if a ball is rolling on the ground and you catch it, or you just with your hand you hold it, then what will happen? That moving ball comes into rest position. It can stop a moving body. Means with the help of force we can also stop a moving body. So the next is, a force can change the speed of a moving body. If a body is already moving, we can make it more fast, we can make it slow. Here speed doesn't mean that increasing only. It means we can change the speed, means we may increase the speed or we may decrease the speed. We may increase the speed. For example, the example of bicycle only. I am telling you the bicycle. When you pedal more fast, what will happen? The speed, you will move fast, means speed is increasing. And when you start applying brakes, the speed of the bicycle is slow down. It means what force has done? I applied the brakes on it. What force has done? It has changed the speed of the moving body. Okay, so the fourth effect is, a force can change the direction of a moving body. If a body is moving, we can also change the direction. How we can change the direction? For example, a ball is moving straight. Okay, one player has kicked the football and it is moving in a straight line. Another player comes and he kicks. What will happen? The direction of the ball changes, because he kicks, he applies force. So the direction of ball has been changed. Similarly, when you ride a bicycle, you are going in a straight line. You are going on a straight path, you can say. Then when you just rotate the handle, what will happen? Your direction will changes. Or while driving a car, if you just rotate the steering, that what will happen? The direction of the moving car also changes. So what force can do? It can also change the direction of a moving body. The next is, fifth is, the force can change the shape and size of the body. Means by applying force, we can change the shape of the body and we can also change the size of a body. How we can change the size of a body? If I am talking about the example of rubber band. When you stretch the rubber band, its shape will change. Initially it was like this. Initially it is like this, rubber band. And when you stretch it, its shape changes like this when you just press it. Okay, how it can change the shape of another example you can take while making chapatis. You made a dough, right? The shape of the dough is another. You just have some piece of dough and roll it. You are rolling it means you are applying pressure on it. When you roll it, the shape of chapati is very much different for that dough. Okay, so for what force has done? Force has changed the shape of a body. So these are the main effects of force. That what are? That it can move a stationary body, means a body which is at rest can move by applying force. We can also stop a moving body by applying force. Or force can also change the speed of the moving body. It can move it can make the body move faster or make the body move slower. It can also, force can also change the direction of a moving body by rotating the handles or by turning the steerings. The force can also change the shape and size of the body. By applying the force, we can change the shape of body. We can also change the shape, size of the body.